Hello everyone. So today let us take a look at Windows Terminal, and I recently came to know about this Windows Terminal, and I wanted to share with all of you how cool this new Windows Terminal is. I'm not really sure if it is a new application, but I was certainly not aware of it. Now, if you go to the Microsoft Store, you can search for the Windows. Let me try to type in here Windows Terminal, and you can definitely install it. It is free. It is developed by Microsoft, which is good to know because it is kind of an official app from Microsoft that you can use for maybe uh, solving your problems. And we all are aware of PowerShell. We all know how command prompt works, and we also now know that we can have Linux, Windows subsystem for Linux within Windows. So we can have three different terminals, and using Windows Terminal, you can actually have everything within just one application. Like you can have PowerShell, you can have command prompt, and you can also have your WSL. Now, once you install it, you will be able to launch it from your operating system, but I can click on the button here. So when you launch it, you will first get this PowerShell, which is fine. You can take a look at different commands that you might be using with PowerShell, and PowerShell is definitely much more powerful as compared to the command prompt. Now, if you look at the option here on top called plus, you can actually create a new tab. Now you can create a new tab, and by default it will create a PowerShell, but if I want, I can also create a new command prompt. So now we have PowerShell now, and we also have a command prompt where you can of course do your work that you need to do using command prompt. And I can also add one more terminal, which is nothing but my Kali Linux. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. I think it is Kali Linux, but I think as long as you can figure out, I think that is the most important part. Now you can either click on this option here, or you can also do Control Shift 3. So let me try Control Shift 3, and it didn't work for me because I'm basically connected to my Windows laptop from Mac using VNC. So maybe the keys, the shortcuts are probably not working, but you get the idea. So let me just try to add one more option here, one more terminal here called Kali Linux. And now this is your Linux terminal. You can have your standard Linux commands that you can of course run. You can manage. You can maybe monitor the different things running on your server, and you can of course have more than one. If you have maybe one more Linux installed, you can also have maybe Ubuntu installed, and so on. And you can also have this Azure Cloud Shell. And of course, right now I'm not really sure how exactly it works, but you have the option to have all the different terminals within just one application called Windows Terminal. In my opinion, it is definitely very handy, and it will make life much more easier. You can monitor different things. You can maybe, if you're doing system administration work, having all the terminals handy in one place within one application can be amazing. And this Windows Terminal is also quite, I believe you can also configure a lot of things. If you click on settings here, you can, uh, let me change the size to, let me change the font slightly big. It is not slightly big, but it is definitely big, quite big for us to work on. Let me change it to maybe 12. 12 is definitely manageable. So you can obviously open it, and it is nothing but nothing but a JSON file where you can configure things, which I don't really want to change right now, because even I'm not 100% sure how it works, because I'm just getting familiar with the Windows terminal. But of course, when I have more information on this, I will definitely share with all of you. And I was actually quite surprised when I installed Kali Linux on Windows. And also, I'm quite happy about the fact that Microsoft as a company is now different company. It is changing. It is I mean, this company is now adopting open source projects. It is also promoting open source projects, and these applications, the different ways of working, these are very developer friendly, and I'm quite happy. I think if given a choice, if I have to, I won't hesitate at least trying out Windows as my main operating system, if I have to, if I really have to, or if, let us say, um, I'm in a situation where I'm given a laptop with Windows 10, I don't think I'll be unhappy. Although I use all the operating systems, I'm comfortable working on Windows, Fedora. Fedora is my main operating system for many years, since the beginning, since it came out in 2003, I believe. Uh, but I'm also quite comfortable working on Mac. But there was a time when working on Windows, if I had to work on Windows for a long time, let us say if I'm doing some work for my client, or maybe if I'm doing some development where I had to use Windows, it was not always the best experience as compared to working on Mac or maybe on Linux. But now I think things are different, and I'm looking forward to exploring more. I don't really use a lot of Windows-based applications, native Windows applications, IDE, for example. Although I do a lot of work on, and I have done a lot of work on VBA, Excel VBA, for automating things in Office applications, but nothing beyond VBA. But I think I'll be now open, and I'll be much more open-minded when it comes to using Microsoft products. So this is all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.